Okay guys, so in this video we're going to be looking at some Captain Marvel spoilers that have hit. Now I should always stress that there is a lot of spoilers in this, and of course some of this could be fake, but upon looking at it and connecting the dots and looking at everything that's out there, most of this seems pretty legit, so continue from here on at your own risk. So first up, Jude Law is actually the Star Force commander known as Yon-Rogg, and he's Carol's mentor. The Skrulls are actually searching for a weapon to use against the Kree and defeat them once and for all. Star Force actually raids a Skrull outpost for information, and Carol is captured. The Skrulls are actually probing her mind, and they unlocked repressed memories of her from Earth. Carol then ends up escaping, and she's pursued to Earth by the Skrulls. It is then we see Nick Fury and Phil Coulson, who are sent to investigate the crash, and they end up running into Carol. While down here, Carol is working with them, and she reports to Star Force that there are Skrulls on Earth. Star Force is actually sent there to retrieve her. Fury then leads her to a top-secret SHIELD facility and outpost where they're experimenting on extraterrestrial activity. It is here that Carol's gonna find out about her history, her Air Force pilot history, and everything else that's been happening. With a great throwback to everything MCU so far, we learned that Carol actually disappeared and got lost in space due to her being a test pilot for a brand new Tesseract-powered airplane. It is at this point that we're going to get the revelation that Nick Fury's SHIELD boss is a Skrull. We then get a big piece of information on exactly who Carol is and her powers. The Supreme Intelligence reveals to Carol that her ship was caught in a battle between the Skrull and the Kree. During the flight, Carol's DNA was actually merged with the Tesseract and Kree technology, thus giving her her powers. The Kree brainwashed her to have her believe she's one of them to be able to use all her power. Carol is actually rescued by her mother, Mar-Vell. And Mar-Vell turns out to be the one that designed the machine that gave Carol her powers. As it turns out, it was Yon-Rogg who betrayed Mar-Vell, wanting to use the machine to become superpowered and you get rid of everything in the universe, sort of cleanse it. Mar-Vell actually makes a brand new suit for Carol, and she warns her about her powers and the extent of them, also mentioning that her powers are connected to the quantum realm. As the final battle commences, with all the forces from Earth, the Skrull, and the Kree battling, Yon-Rogg ends up killing Mar-Vell, and Fury loses his eye to the Skrull leader. Yon-Rogg is defeated by Captain Marvel, but he manages to escape. Carol confronts Ronan, who has been working with Yon-Rogg, and he agrees to leave due to the manipulation that was happening. After they end up winning, Carol believes she can't control her powers and she's too dangerous on Earth. She agrees to leave and go figure out how her powers work and to study them and to take some time finding herself and figure out everything that has happened. She then says farewell to everybody and leaves the beeper/pager for Nick Fury. Maria and Monica both return to their previous lives, with specifically a shout out by Monica saying she wants to be just like Carol when she grows up. Nick Fury meets up with Coulson and they begin actually studying the infiltration of the Skrulls into Earth and the human population, and they figure out that it's gotten bad. It's spread out throughout the entire planet. It is here that Fury says they need people like Carol in case something bad is going to happen in the future, thus of course starting the Avengers initiative. So honestly, this is all pretty much accurate from everything we've heard and things that have been leaked and set out there, and yeah, it sounds pretty insane and interesting, but honestly sounds like a good time.